Hi friends, it's Andrea over at Sewspire. We are here today in my home studio. This is very much going to be a vlog. I wanted to check in with you all. We are midway through the year. So if you are just joining me and this is the first time you've ever met, I'd like to take a second and introduce myself. My name is Andrea Chapman. I have been here on YouTube since the fall of 2015, I believe. And then I have been making and designing and selling bags since 2006. I have a lot of experience in bag making. I have a little bit of experience in garment making, and I am learning as much as I can about quilting at the current moment. So I'm very passionate about sewing in general, and even more so passionate about creativity, which is the primary reason why I am here. I am building a community of makers, and I want to be able to bring us together in a safe, intimate setting where we can create together, share our knowledge, ask questions, and grow as human beings. So we won't be sewing today, but I am going to give you a bag tour, if you will, for one of my most popular designs, the 16 pocket beach bag. And if you hang on to the end of this video, I'll tell you how you can get a free copy of that PDF. And I will also link to the step-by-step tutorial in which I will teach you how to sew one for yourself. So if that sounds good to you, we will start by talking about the Sewspire Friendship Circle. We had our last meeting today for the first session. This is a monthly quilting group. We meet on the second Wednesday of the month, and we make one new block per month. And this was the reveal where we were displaying our finished pieces. So I want to show you mine. I love how it turned out. So this is my first sampler quilt. There are 9 blocks in this quilt, and then I had an extra block which I created a coordinating pillow with. So to me, the Friendship Circle really is a dream come true, because I have been saving scraps for 15 years now for this purpose. Over the course of this year and our 12 meetings, I learned a lot of the quilting basics. I'm so grateful for our experts who showed up and shared their knowledge with us. That being said, at our last meeting, which was today, the culmination of this year, there were just 4 of us. There could be a million reasons for that, but the reason that I bring that up is there were just 4 of us. So I took the liberty of having the 4 of us who made it through the whole year set up the schedule for year 2. So we are going to be crafting 12 blocks. We have picked out those blocks. I'm going to share those with you. We are going to be working with a book as our reference for this. And this book has all of the quilt blocks in it. It has 5 different sizes for each block. It gives you all the pattern measurements, and it tells you how to construct them. So you'll purchase the book on your own, and the name of the book is The New Quick and Easy Block Tool, 110 Quilt Blocks in 5 sizes with project ideas. And then the 4 of us went in and we picked out our 12 favorite blocks. So those blocks will be constructed in the following order: Broken Dishes, Maple Leaf, Jacob's Ladder, Monkey Wrench, Crossroads, Constellation, Star of Hope, Millstone, Sparkling Star, Tools, House, and Golden Gate. So you'll find the instructions for all 12 of those blocks in that book. If you don't want to purchase the book, you are still welcome to join us for our monthly meetings. We'll be sewing the blocks together. You can watch how they're made, and you can just live or quilt vicariously through those of us that are sewing live together, and you can still learn a lot about quilting. It will, of course, be easier if you have the book and the pattern measurements, all right? But the quilting group, the Friendship Circle, is 100% free. We are by no means experts, and right now it is just 4 novices who designed this. So if you are brand new to quilting and you have an interest in learning and you'd enjoy learning alongside of like-minded individuals, you are welcome to join us for the second year of the Friendship Circle. We'd love to have you come along for the ride. And at the end of the year, you'll have a beautiful quilt that you can be very proud of. You will have made some new friends, and hopefully you have some new skills to go along with that. So that's the first thing I want to mention is this is a great time to learn how to quilt, and the registration for the Friendship Circle is open, so I want to drop that down in the notes. If we do not see an increase in participation in the Friendship Circle this year, this may very well be our last year of doing it. So it will then be up to somebody else to teach beginners how to quilt, because at that point, those of us who participated in it will have a really good idea of what we're doing, all right? So this seems like a good time for me to emphasize the reason why I even make these videos at all. I am certainly not the most experienced bag maker in the world. That being said, I have been making bags for 15 plus years now. I've designed hundreds of bags, and I've sold more than 7,000 bags on Etsy. But the reason that I show up here on YouTube under the umbrella of Sewspire is because I believe creativity is the essential key to happiness. And I think it doesn't really matter what you make as long as you're experiencing that joy of creativity. So hand in hand with that creativity comes community. And that is really what keeps me going, is this greater community. And there are lots of different ways that you can get involved in the broader Sewspire community. One of them is the Friendship Circle, which I just mentioned to you, which is focused primarily on quilting. The second way is our Facebook group, which is focused on bag making and specifically Sewspire bags. And the third way is Studio 365, which is my broader creative community. And that is a membership-based community. You pay $8 a month, and we explore a wide range of creative topics. I wanted to share with you our schedule for July in case you've been thinking about joining us over at Studio 365. The live room is very much like a Zoom room, but it is within the platform that I host the group on, which is Kajabi. Some of you may be familiar with Kajabi. It's an awesome teaching platform. And so inside of the Kajabi container, Studio 365 exists. That's where we meet weekly on Tuesdays for what I call Sew Whatever. You can work on any project that you like, and we just converse and sew for about 2 hours. And I can typically finish a whole project start to finish in that 2 hours. I think a lot of people who are currently attending do gauge their project on that 2-hour window. So you get to see what other people are working on and you get to see how they're coming together. But more importantly, if you hit a little glitch in your sewing, you have people that you can ask their opinion or advice of. So that's what I really like about that weekly commitment is I know once a week I'm going to have a group of people who are going to show up and we're going to all be connected around sewing and that creativity. And if you haven't had the chance to sew with friends, it really is a lot of fun. And I always leave our sew togethers a little smarter and a little happier than when I arrived. So to participate in the Sew Whatever events, you will need to be a member of Studio 365. Throughout the summer, I'm currently offering a 1-month free trial, so you could sign up, test it out for a month. If it's not for you, just cancel your membership before the end of the month, and it didn't cost you anything. Now, also within Studio 365 is where you'll find my PDFs archive. So that is just a bonus for those of you that are paying attention. If you did want to take advantage of that free trial, you could also scoop up all of my PDFs at the same time. You didn't hear me say that. All right, so that's on Tuesdays. Then on Thursday, July 20th, also at 12 p.m. Eastern, we are going to be learning the Lazy Daisy hand embroidery stitch. Once a month we meet and we pick a new hand embroidery stitch to work on. Somebody usually screen shares a YouTube tutorial and then we practice and troubleshoot as needed. So if you show up once a month, at the end of the year, you'll know 12 new embroidery stitches, right? Then on Saturday, July 22nd at 7 p.m. Eastern, we're having our first paint night. You can choose your medium. It can be any kind of paint that you have on hand or that you're curious and would like to work with. Have a canvas or some paper, and we're just going to hang out, bring your beverage of choice, and we're going to paint the night away. So I'm really excited about that because last year I invested in all of the supplies that I would need to learn how to use watercolor paints, and then I signed up for a class and I ended up catching COVID and I missed half of the classes. So I am self-teaching myself how to watercolor paint. So that's what I will be working on. And if the paint night is a success, we will schedule others in the future. Then on Wednesday, July 26th, we're going to be exploring the art of jewelry making. And again, you have a lot of flexibility. This could be any kind of jewelry that you're interested in. And the cool thing about exploring jewelry making is every person that participates in the meetup gets to share what they learned. So you're like 10xing your knowledge because you didn't explore 10 different types of jewelry making, but you're going to benefit from the research of 10 people. So that's something fun that we do each month. We pick something other than sewing. That's the only rule because we do lots of sewing together. And then we explore that and we each make something within that genre. So last month we did macrame. The month before that we did junk journals. The month before that we did rope bowls. And they've all been a lot of fun, and each creative area that we explore opens another little door for that passion and fires some new neurons. So again, I think you really can't go wrong with creativity, and that's why I'm so passionate about bringing people together to share these benefits of creativity in a community setting. And the internet and Kajabi make that safe and economical for us all to be a part of a broader creative community. Before we take a look at the 16 pocket beach bag, I also want to mention to you, as part of Studio 365, we have a monthly meetup to organize our creative spaces. And I have made tremendous progress this year organizing my studio and my creative space. All of those meetups are archived on the Studio 365 platform, so you could join today and go back and watch those recordings and take the information that would benefit you and bring order back to your creative space as well. So now I would love to show you around my 16 pocket beach bag and tell you how you can get a free copy of the PDF that goes along with that. All right, so this is the 16 pocket beach bag. This fabric is so gorgeous, and these straps really make for a happy bag. So I want to show you what that looks like on the body. You can see it is a spacious bag. I can fit my sewing machine inside this bag, and I often use it as a tote when I'm teaching classes off-site. So as mentioned, there are 16 pockets in this beautiful bag, and if you do not have the bag fully loaded, you can cinch in those side panels like that and give this bag a fun angular look to it. It has a drawstring top closure on this and a toggle so you can cinch that up as needed. There are two really deep, wide pockets on each side. There are 3 deep, wide pockets across the front and 3 deep, wide pockets across the back. And then on the inside, there is a removable base to stabilize the base of this. And I'm going to turn this inside out so you can see the pocket configuration on the inside of this. Okay, so on this side here, I have used a double layer of mesh to create 2 wide pockets. I think these pockets are awesome for like beach toys and sunscreen and things like that you want to be able to see, but you need to keep upright and easily accessible. Then on the back side here, we have shallower skinny pockets. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets on the back side there. And then on each interior side is another wide, deep pocket for 16 pockets in total. I do think, depending upon your fabric selections, that you could turn this into a reversible bag because the drawstring will still function. It will just cinch in to the inside. So do keep that in mind when you are selecting your fabrics. So as promised, if you made it to this point in the video, I would love to give you a complimentary copy of the PDF that goes along with my 16 pocket beach bag. This PDF has the pattern measurements, the finished measurements of the project, the supply list, inspirational photos, and room for your maker notes. I call these design boards. They are very handy and they go together with the video in which I show you step by step how to make this bag. And then also, if you click the link within the PDF, that will take you right to the video. So if you save this, and let's say next summer you'd like to make another one, you have everything you need in one spot. And a lot of the PDFs that I have for sale in my Etsy pattern shop are similar to that. So they go hand in hand and complement the many videos that I have published for free here on YouTube. So again, most of the PDFs that I have created and still have access to are available in my Etsy shop for a nominal fee and in our Studio 365 group under the resource tab. So that's just another key benefit of being a member of Studio 365 is you have access to this PDF library and future inspiration. Same was true for our Sewspire patrons, and that Patreon page is still active and you can still join that as well. It's just I don't post on the Patreon page anymore because we outgrew that container, if you will, or that platform, and that's why I moved us over to Kajabi so that we could continue to grow as a community. I hope you all enjoyed this little vlog slash studio update. I felt it was time for a quick introduction for our new subscribers, as well as an overview of what's going on here in the broader Sewspire world. I will be back next week with a sewing tutorial for you. If you have any special requests, as always, please drop those down in the comments. And I will be looking forward to seeing some of you in the friendship circle, some of you on the Facebook group, and some of you over at Studio 365. So until then, I hope you have an awesome week. And as always, the creative genius in me will be celebrating the creative genius in you. Thanks for watching, everybody.